Hi. I wasn't expecting to make one of these so soon. But a lot has been happening to me, in which I feel like I need to share. So, first of all, you might be noticing I'm talking a little higher than normal. I'll get into that. I figured out over the past few weeks that I might not be as much of a man as I thought I was. I always thought I was a guy. I never really thought if I was trans or not. Usually if I did try to think about it, or if I did think about it, I would immediately push it away, nah, I'm not, I'm a guy. But recently, one day, I was watching One Piece, and I don't know why, but that question came back into my mind. And I thought about it for a little bit longer than just 2 seconds. And I realized, wait a minute, I might be. There's a good chance I might be trans. Because now that I'm thinking about it, and being a woman does sound pretty cool. And better than being a man. But then, 2 days later, I felt like a guy again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then the day after, literally, I felt like a girl again. And then ever since then, pretty much, I felt like a girl. And then, there have been bits and pieces in between where I did feel more like a guy than a girl. And I thought to myself, what the fuck is going on? Then I looked it up. And I came to the conclusion that I am technically bi-gender, which I have a CRETA document open up. Which, if you don't know what that is, what bi-gender is, pretty much, where's my pen at? There it is. Pretty much what that means is that we'll draw the sex symbols. Poorly, apparently. Jesus Christ. No, give me a bigger pen. Which means, we'll put me down here. This is me. That is not me. Pretty much what that means is that, for a lot of people, what bigender means is that they feel like both at the same time. Or two different genders at the same time. They feel like, a guy and non-binary or whatever. Just two different genders. They feel like two different genders at the same time. For me, what that is, it means, we'll say arbitrary random number, 93% of the time, I feel like a girl. The other 7% of the time, I feel like a guy. That's pretty much all it means. So, and, that you can determine which one I am pretty much just based off how I'm talking and all that. So because of the fact that 93% of the time I feel like a girl, I probably will take HRT, and the other 7% I feel like a guy. I'll just wear a binder or some shit. But yeah, little self-discovery of truth, little good thing that came out of the last 2 months since I've done one of these. But, what was I going to say? There's something that popped in my mind. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck. Oh, yeah. So, and because of the fact that I still feel like a guy, but most of the time I feel like a girl, my name, this is my name, by the way, for those who don't know. My name's Lincoln. Well, I guess not anymore, but this name wouldn't work, because Lincoln is a guy's name. But I like the name Link. So, I was thinking, what is something that's, well, it has to be unisex. It has to be unisex, which means that it fits with both. It can work for both guys and girls. With both unisex and is similar, so that way, for people who already know me, it's not too confusing. And I thought, okay, what if, maybe make this a bit bigger. What if we just did this? What if we just did that? So what if I just did this? Lynn is indeed a unisex name. So it works for both male. works with, that is way too fucking big. That is way too fucking small. It works with both male and female. I did this reverse, whatever. And it is literally just 3 letters removed from the name Lincoln. And to be honest, I've been liking it. So, majority of the time I feel like a girl. Sometimes I feel like a guy. What does that change? Literally fucking nothing. Gender is a social construct. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Gender is a social construct. So, you know, if you want to, most of the time you can just refer to me with she, her. You can refer to me as just she, her. Or if you want to be like the politest of polite. Oh my god, stop. God, I hate this. I hate this fucking tablet so fucking much. You can refer to me with she, her. Or if you want to be more on the polite side, I don't really give two shits. You can refer to me as they, them, unless you know that day. If you know that day, then use either he, him, or she, her. Depending on if you know or not. If you don't, you can use they, them, or you can use she, her. I don't really care if you presume that day, because you know 93% of the time. But that really wasn't the part I wanted to talk about that much today. What I want to talk about is why the fuck I haven't been uploading. And that's because I feel like, you know, as a person, things have been happening recently, and it's been really killing my determination to do anything. Which really fucking sucks, because I do enjoy... It doesn't really take that much time to, like, edit. Well, it takes time. Like, it takes multiple hours a day. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't take that much time. And I'm going to blame a good chunk of the blame does go to me for, you know, not doing it. But there is partial blame, not a lot, partial blame, though, for my ADHD. No, I don't take any meds as much as I want to. I am not a legal adult and can't take meds unless a legal adult says I can take meds. So I can't at the moment, which fucking sucks, but trust me, I've wanted to take, is it Adderall? What's the correct term for ADHD medicine? I don't know. I forget. It's been a while since I've looked it up, but I've wanted to take ADHD medications in a while because they don't help me focus. Because one of the main symptoms of ADHD, or at least the bigger symptoms for me, is something called time blindness. Which, my handwriting fucking sucks here. Jesus, this is why I don't like the tablets that don't have a screen. It's so much easier to be able to, like, have a screen, you know, see exactly what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Instead, I have to either look forward at the monitor or look down at the fucking tablet with nothing on it. But I have time blindness, which is what is the fucking... Man, anytime I need to just fucking remember something, I can't. The difficulty of perception and managing of time. There are 2 key words in there. Is perception... here, actually, I'll get rid of everything. We'll split this down the middle. I said down the middle. I'm gonna fucking... I'm losing... This gal's losing her mind. Good enough. I'm gonna... Oh my god. You see, this is why I think it's... Good enough. So, over here... Perception... My handwriting's not good, in case you can tell. Perception, and over here we'll have manage... Is that spell management? I think it is. So management is something that isn't related to the whole not doing editing thing or recording videos thing. Pretty much this means a task, say doing a chore like the dishes, for example. In my mind, there's one of 2 things running through my mind at a time. I look at the dishes. We'll say the dishes are at sink level. Like, they're at sink level. For both these examples. Day 1. Once again, dishes are at sink level. Like, they're up to the sink countertop. My brain will be like, alright, this will take 5 to 10 minutes at most. But in reality... Okay, brain... But in reality, it takes roughly 15. Takes roughly 15 minutes. A bit longer than I thought, but not too long. Day 2. Once again, dishes are at sink level. My brain will think, holy fucking shit, this is going to take 1 hour. But in reality, just like the day before, it takes 15 minutes. This is the management of time. Either I think things are going to take a lot less longer than they actually are, or they're going to take multiple hours when they're going to take, in reality, not even a half an hour. So, yeah, that fucking sucks. And then, this isn't too bad because, in reality, I got to do the dishes anyway, so it's not like this is really going to stop me. Perception of time is a lot worse. And it's pretty much exactly as it sounds. So, we'll say that it's, so my brain works in a way. That's weird, obviously. I don't know what's going on with that. So, my brain will think that today is, we'll use a recent example because I recently discovered I had time blindness, which is why things have been happening to me weirdly. We'll say my brain thought it was July 21st, when in reality it is August 2nd. That is a what? 11-day gap. That is an 11-day gap. This happens to me so fucking often. My brain will think it is between 2 dates. We'll say the 21st through the 25th. My brain will think it's this time span, between these 5 days. When in reality, it is usually 2 weeks later. My brain, I'm not even joking. This is a recent example. I literally, just on August 2nd, a week ago, I thought it was the 21st of July. It wasn't. My brain is stuck in the past, as they say. But literally, even right now, my brain still thinks it's July. My brain can't comprehend that it's August already. Which is really fucking weird. I don't know why that happens to me. It does. But yeah, that's just the way my brain works. If you want to learn more about time blindness, you can do more research on your own hand. This is how it works for me. This is the main reason why I struggle to get videos out. Because days keep flying by for me. Quite literally. Like I said, I still think we're in July. When in reality, if I just say my brain currently thinks it's July 27th or something, it is August 9th. Currently, as of recording this, it is 12:50 a.m. August 9th. So this is the main reason I struggle to get videos out, because I'm thinking, oh, I'll do my editing between these 2 dates, when in reality, it is already 2 weeks later. And, this one ties into it a little bit too, because I think a video will take, fucking a day or two. That is a D, not a 2. A day or two to finish, when in reality, it's going to take 9 hours. Which, I could cut that between 2 days, but, my brain thinks it's going to take the entirety of the 2 days. Or, i.e., something like 16 hours. Once again, this is brain, this is reality. If I can fucking spell right. That's the main reason I've been struggling to get videos and all of this sorts out. And then, I'm going to go over some stuff I said I was going to do, yet haven't. And videos that I plan on doing. But I'm not going to give a release date for it because that would be not cool of me because of how bad I am at that. So let's go with videos that I said what I was going to do. I said I was going to... I clicked the button. I said I was going to do video game and TV show reviews. Which were going to be like multi-page scripts that I was gonna make. I realized while making scripts for like two of these each, because I was gonna make 2 at once, so that way I could edit them both and then get them out. I realized that I just can't fucking do it. In my writing journey, but I was gonna do for TV shows. It's gonna be JJK and the devil is a part-timer. And for video games, it's gonna be Neon, White, and what was it? DDLC, I think. And I realized while writing both of these that I can't do a formal writing style like that. So if I ever do a video game or TV show review, it's going to be something similar to Video Game Donkey or Moistometer. So yeah, don't get your hopes too high on that. Also, I thought I increased this like tenfold. Let's go over stuff I want to make a video on. Like I said in a community post on the gaming side, on the gaming channel for a while ago, I am planning on making a video for the... Stop it. God, I hate... that button is so easy to press. On the Hush Hush Peanut DLC. I plan on making a video on that. I've recorded part 1 of it already, so just gotta edit it. I plan on making a video on... Is it Before Your Eyes? Also, that's supposed to be an E. In fact, that video's already been recorded. And I just... Once again, time blindness. That video was recorded back in fucking April. And then a video I was gonna make, but then, you know, realized how fucking weird the game is a year later. The Coffin of Annie and Lele? Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking play that shit anymore. That, looking back on it, how the fuck did I ever say that game was good? The art style, the artistic driven of it was good. The characters is where I have a real fucking problem. So I'm not gonna make a video on the part 3, episode 1. Or episode 3, part 1. I'm not gonna make a video on that. I do plan on making a video on that. I can't remember the exact name, so I'm just gonna put Horse Girl game. I do plan on making a video about Horse Girl game. This is all like the gaming side of things. This is all like the game. For the main channel, I have no fucking idea anymore. I don't really have that many good ideas that I want to put there. My brain. Recent events. I don't want to go into them because personal privacy reasons as of the moment, but you know, maybe like years into the future when I'm already making like I said in the future aspirations one, I plan on making him. Yeah, the channel mascot thing I was talking about. I've made him. He is here. His name. Should I say his name? I don't know if I want to say his name. I think I'll keep that a secret. But I do plan on making him a reality. And you know, eventually it was just gonna be him having a backstory. But now it's him having a full-blown, entire 13 arc story. He's got a 13 arc story, which is pretty crazy. I have some other ideas as well, like I have an entire document just with synopsises of stories I've come up with. I'm a creative person. What can I say? Usually, when I'm creating a story, or if I want to create a story, what I do except for the main character, except for like the mascot thing, that his was different. But if I ever create a story, I think of a cool ass title, and I work my way down from there. Like there's a story I've come up with that I really like. I haven't figured out much about it, but I've come up with the name. That's a Y. Apocalyptic Eclipse. It'll be called this. If another story, I have an idea. I really like the name. Wow, my handwriting is fucking awful. What other things do I want to talk about? What other things are on my mind these days? You know, as much as I hate to be negative, things have been looking worse here in the States. Not just worse, very worse. What things have gone on since last time I posted a video? Let's see. What did happen? What's going on? The anime might be banned, which I don't think that'll ever happen. But it is being banned in Texas, which fucking sucks. So I'm never planning on visiting that again. I'm never planning to visit Texas, period. I never did in the first place. It's too big of a Republican haven for me. Trans rights being stripped away, deportations keep going on. You know, the world just fucking sucks at the moment. The UK has gotten a lot worse, especially with, like, this phrase. It's not about protecting kids. It's all about, this is just a ploy for censorship. Which, is not good, I'm not giving my government issued fucking ID to fucking Google, of all things, or Spotify. I'm not doing that shit. Why the fuck would I ever want to give my information to Spotify or Google? What else? There was definitely something about it. I don't know season 2's anything. Summer anime season came on. It's pretty good. I don't know. Like, I've watched a lot of JoJo's. Josuke's pretty cool. There was definitely something. Oh yeah, this is something I also want to talk about because a lot of people were hyping it up today. Because or at least early yesterday, technically. Oh my god, fuck. This? Oh, fuck. No. This is never happening. Don't get your fucking hopes up. Scott has gone on a few occasions saying that he wants FNF to collab with stuff that matches the genres, that matches, that stays true to FNF. Freddy running around with a fucking P90 is not matching what FNAF is about. Dead by Daylight is a good example of a good collab. Especially now that the movie came out, because Springtrap works as a killer. Because he is a killer. He was a serial murderer. Especially in the movie. The movie works even better. Which is another reason I'm pretty sure why FNAF waited so long, or Scott waited so long to collab with something like Dead by Daylight. Fortnite doesn't work. What are games that could work? And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Funko Fusion. That's fucking Funko. That wasn't Scott. That was Funko. I don't think Scott gave us permission to be in Funko Fusion. Scott gave the Finance Authority's license to Funko to use, to make products. Funko Fusion was probably proud of that. So I don't think Scott had any say in Funko Fusion. Well, Kellen Goff did voice Freddy, but that's a fucking Funko Pop. That isn't actually Freddy. I think FNAF would be more, FNAF and Dead by Daylight have a common theme. Horror, or at least old FNAF did. Horror / thriller. That's better. Fortnite is neither of those. Fortnite is not a horror, nor is it a thriller. Games that are a horror or thriller, I could definitely see getting collabs with FNAF. Something that isn't a horror thriller, say a fucking battle royale, is never going to get a fucking collab with FNAF. It doesn't work that way. Scott is very protective of what he uses FNAF for. He said that in last year's interview, which is, I quoted it in a tweet earlier. That's never going to fucking happen. What is a game I could see FNAF collabing with? That's the game. I don't know. FNAF isn't really one to do collabs. There's not really any other game I can see FNAF collabing with, actually. So that's it. That's all. I just wanted to talk for a little while. Rant. Come out, I guess, as by gender. So yeah. That's all I really had to say. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.